What up, players? So, just had my first follow-up since my accident and 2 surgeries on my wrist. I got a lot that I need to talk about in this. It's mostly all good, I will say. So, first of all, for anyone who's just joining in, and apparently I wasn't very clear as to what happened to me. So I'll start with that. I was doing the dishes. Long story short, a glass broke, cut my wrist, not this one, cut my wrist, and I severed an artery, and I still haven't confirmed how many tendons. At first I thought it was 2, and then later we found out we thought it was 3. But I just had my follow-up today, and I don't know how many tendons are in your hand. I'm getting text messages. But what the surgeon told me today was that there were 3 that were severed. That's why I can barely move my pinky and my ring finger. And all the other ones were almost severed or damaged pretty good, except for my thumb. They don't know how, but the one artery that I cut is, I guess they go like, there's like your artery and then your nerve, like the main nerve or whatever that goes to your hand. I completely severed the artery. I barely nicked the nerve, which is a really good thing, because they said if you cut that nerve, if you sever that nerve, it's, the likelihood of that being, it's not good. It'll never be the same, and it'll never be close to the same at best. So I got incredibly lucky with that. And a lot of times, I guess arteries are hard to repair, and they were able to repair mine, which they told me you only need 1, but because you have 2, I guess, going into your hand. But they were able to fix it, and all the tendons. So it's just taking it easy and all that stuff. I still can't lift anything or do any work. I was hoping I could have if you guys watched all my other updates and stuff, I had a big cotton, there was gauze over my stitches where the wound was, which I saw the wound for the first time today. Can't show it in this video because you're not allowed to show graphic content. So just, if you want to see the picture, message me or text me or something. Heads up, it's super gnarly. So if you don't do well with that kind of stuff, don't bother, because it was gnarly when it happened, and it's been just over 2 weeks, and it's still incredibly gnarly. So 16 days. Yeah, 16 days. So I have this new splint now. It's like they had to mold it to my hand. It's like this hard plastic with the Velcro. I got this little sock now. Got to put more googly eyes on it, I guess. But I've been trying to show you guys how well my movement's been. I mean, that's so far the best one, but I think it was the least damage, just my middle finger. Ring finger, a little tense. Can't really see my pinky in there, but I can barely move it. They had the Velcro off, and they were having me do it. That's about all I can get with my pinky right now. I have to do exercises every day. It's like a passive physical therapy, I think is what they call it. So active is when I'm moving my fingers like this, and passive is when I'm using my hand to move. This doesn't hurt, by the way, so I hope you're not cringing. It doesn't hurt me to do this, so that's good, but I need to do that many times throughout the day. So yeah, I'm allowed to take this sock off and splint off and wash my hand and my arm now. It was all crazy. Still looks kind of crazy because it hasn't seen the light of day for 16 days. But I'm lucky to be alive, honestly. So, thanks to the little bit of medical training that I had, and my daughter going to get my neighbor, and my neighbor helping me, and the EMTs, and yeah, it all worked out. So they took my stitches out today, so I kind of forgot to ask when he started because I haven't been able to access my medical information. You can log in to do it, but my account got locked somehow. I'm on a new insurance. It started on January 1st, and then this happened the 4th. So, not sure how I got locked out. They're supposed to, I don't know. I don't even know. So, still working on that. But I asked the nurse when he was taking out my stitches how many we were on. And he thinks that he took out like 6 or 7, and then we continued to count. So, it was somewhere between 22 and 25 stitches. So the original cut, it was from a glass, so it's kind of curved. So it's about right here, almost completely side to side, about this wide. So 2.5 inches. And then, let me think. Then it came down, and then they had to continue it to repair my tendons all the way. I'm just going to look real quick. Now I can't see them. They had to put bend, so it comes down to about here. So from here to here, which is about 3 inches. Yeah, about 2 3/4, 3 inches. And then the original incision was about 2.5. And then they had to go up right here about 1 inch up to my, whatever this part of your hand is. And then there was 5 or 6 stitches right here on my palm where they had to also cut to do a carpal tunnel release. I guess when you have an injury like that and that bad, and your hand has to be like this, they have to cut some nerve or something that will heal itself. But when your hand is stuck in this position, and you guys saw the last splint, it was even more curved. Yeah, I guess it can give you a carpal tunnel, so that kind of releases it. This is much smaller, so I've been using this flannel to stay warm, and it is cold today. It's 14 degrees out right now. I can almost button it. If someone helped me, they could probably button this. I was almost able to get my coat on, so with some help, I could probably get my coat on. I've just been putting my hood up and then one sleeve and then just kind of holding it, because I couldn't get my arm through the sleeve or hoodies or anything like that, because of how massive the dressing was and with the ace bandage and everything. So yeah, that's my update on that. In 30 days, I go for my second follow-up, and I have to, it's too late now, but I have to start physical therapy. So as soon as I have to, I can't log into my insurance account, so they gave me a pamphlet or whatever with probably their referrals, which the closest one is not that close, but I'm probably just gonna have to call the insurance and find out, because I want to make sure it's covered as well. I don't really care about the referrals. I'm sure they're making plenty of money. yeah, I'm just excited that I can like wash my hand now and my arm. Um, I, I was saying that I was feeling hopeful because I can. That's tough, and I don't think I'm quite there. Like me touching, I feel it doesn't hurt, but it feels tight here in my tendon. So I can't quite hold a pick yet. Maybe a pen or pencil, but they recommended that I do not. That I actually don't even do those active bends. So that I just do this many times a day, just to I guess get that kind of working. That I'm in a critical spot. They said with my tendons healing because the scar tissue hasn't formed yet. It's like healed and like fused itself back together, the tendons for the most part, but they have to form that scar tissue to like really bond well. And then I have to stay in a splint because the biggest problem is I can't risk bending my fingers that way. You know what I mean? I still have to put a plastic bag over this when I shower because they don't want me to fall in the shower and potentially bend my fingers back. But before or after, I can take this off with caution and use like a washcloth to wash that and around the wound, or where the wound was, I guess. They took all the stitches out. I think I said that. I had a second follow-up from the insurance company. It's very strange to me because they call and she's seemingly very nice. But she'll kind of be like, so how's driving? And I'm like, you have a copy of my discharge papers. I'm not allowed to drive. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you shouldn't be driving. And how's the, and they just like move on to the next question. It's like, why are you being this way? I probably have, I feel like it's a good feature, but sometimes not, because I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, well, maybe, they have to deal with a lot of crappy people trying to commit fraud, and she just has to do that, but with everything going on anymore, I don't know. But that's pretty much it. She just kind of asked me a lot of the same questions, and I mean, I was honest, but I just didn't, over talk. If it was a yes or no question, I'd say yes or no. And I just told her what I was doing, and what I was doing was from the discharge papers. So, yeah, I was really hopeful that I'd be able to start maybe using a pen or pencil and stuff to write. I'm right-handed, so using my left hand really sucks to write things. My daughter has better handwriting than me right now. But yeah, holding a pick is out of the question right now. I mean, I can't actively, I can move them, but I can't push it. You know what I mean? So, other than that, I've only received one sort of bill. I got something from the ambulance. It was actually from the local fire department, so I guess they're the ambulance company. But it kind of said like, hey, this is what the bill might be, but we've notified your insurance company. So, and sneak peek, it was over $1,400. Yeah, it was like $1,434 and some change or something like that. So, crazy to think about when, you think like, well, these trained professionals, they deserve to be, I mean, they saved my life. You know what I mean? You can't really put a price on that. So there's that, but they're making like $15 an hour. There's a special kind of person that has to be to do that job. I mean, they freaking, you know, it worked out. I was thinking too, because the surgeon mentioned again today, he was just like, I have no idea how you did it, but you know, you cut all these, usually when you cut this tendon and this artery and blah, 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 you almost always cut this nerve. I think because there was like the surgeon and then there was like the resident, and they both looked at me today again. They were both in my arm. And they were just like, you were lucky, man. I've never seen that. So, you know, I don't know. Sometimes people just say things, but the only thing I can think of is the glass was jagged. I don't remember what the glass looked like. And, I mean, it was sitting there all weekend because no one was here when I got hurt. Or after I got, you know, rushed to the hospital. We came back Sunday night, and my dad had come before and cleaned up a little bit. So, or not a little bit, a lot of it, because there was a lot of blood. I mean, I severed an artery. So, I think that's really it. That's all I have for my post-surgery first follow-up update. Hoping physical therapy really starts moving this along and I can start doing guitar again. I've been pretty hopeful, and then after they took that bandage off and they were having me move my fingers, I was just like, oh man. There's a very good chance that this could be, you know, because they said 3 to 6 months. It could be closer to the 6 months, which is unfortunate. But in other news, I did sort of finish a song, an original. It pretty much just needed vocals. It was one of my joke songs. Took me forever to edit. That's what's killing me right now. And honestly, now that at least, you know, before this was just like a big block, but now I can at least kind of separate my fingers here. I might be able to do my keyboard shortcuts a little bit faster. Or honestly, I might be able to just, I haven't even tried this yet. I could probably use the mouse now. It's going to be, it's not bad. It's going to be hard to be precise because it just slides on this thing. I'll have to try it and let you guys know, but doing it left-hand is also very hard to get precise to where I want the mouse to go. Did you ever jump on a computer and they have the mouse speed set to like really fast? That's kind of what it's like, you know, when it's hard to like get the pointer where you want it to go. It's like that, but it's slower. So it's even more frustrating and infuriating after a while. And sometimes I have to do keyboard shortcuts where I'm holding 3 keys and I got a left click or something. It's just impossible with one hand. Because even still, it's like I'll kind of line the mouse up, the cursor where it needs to be. I've tried holding the 3, you know, like Command, Option, Shift, and then try and like go like this and like right click with my thumb, and the mouse moves. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's just time. That's what I need is time. But I do have that joke song. I made a little video for it, but it kind of doesn't make sense, so I think I got to reshoot it. Which is unfortunate because I tried to kind of make part of the joke of the videos like I had. I was in my big bandage with the googly eyes. I don't know. I have to kind of look into it. It just takes me so long to do everything. And I was listening to some of my demos the other day, and I have one. I originally, everything came to me really quickly. Excuse me. Except for the chorus, the lyrics. And what I said just kind of doesn't make sense, and it just sucks, right? But it was just a placeholder. And I wrote lyrics, I just haven't re-recorded the vocals for it yet. And I want to do some gang vocals on there. Probably going to be difficult. Gang vocals for me are already difficult. So if you don't know what gang vocals are, it's like you listen to a band, it sounds like a bunch of people yell like, hey, or it sounds like a bunch of people are singing. Singing gang vocals are even harder for me because it's just me. So it's hard to make it sound like a bunch of people with just one person. Because once it's like you would think that I could just record myself saying like, hey, 50 times, and it would sound like a bunch of people, but it just sounds like a bunch of me. So when I'm just yelling something like, hey, I can like change the inflection on my voice, like, hey, 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 and change my pitch and my timbre of my voice and stuff. When I'm singing, I can change the timbre, but I can't really change the pitch because then I'll be singing out of key. So that's a little harder. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just, if it's like a hey, I'll record myself like 20 times, copy and paste it, and then pitch shift it down usually a little bit. So it sort of sounds like Satan's starting to come out of me, but not. And I just blend it in a little bit, and it seems to work. And then I'll put like a delay, like a quarter note delay on one side, and like a dotted quarter note or something on the other side. Just so it's like hey, 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 like it's all between all of that and the delays and stuff. When they like blend them all together, it just sounds like a bunch of people. It's kind of worked most of the time. I don't know, but that song needs some vocals and gang vocals, which I can do. Crap. I was yawn when I'm vlogging lately. What's up with that? I was doing it last night too. Although, if you can't tell, pretty early vlog for me. I'm tired. I woke up at like 4 and couldn't fall back asleep, and then this was kind of a last minute thing because my follow-up was supposed to be Friday. But I think I was saying in the vlog last night when I was rewrapping my ace bandage, I kind of like peeked in there, and it looked like it was moldy. And I called the trauma ward, and they said, well, since there's a concern, they usually reserve time. Even though they couldn't fit you until Friday, they usually reserve time for concerns. So since I was there and since it was so far away, they were able to just check it out. It wasn't moldy. The part of the dress, there was like gauze over the wound, and then there was like my whole hand was like this big cotton thing, and then wrapped in an ace bandage. Some of that cotton like soaked in some of the blood. And when blood sits for a while, it just gets really weird. It can change a lot of funky colors, including green. The more you know. And with it being that like cotton stuff, that's what made it look fuzzy, I think. So, yeah. So it was, kind of a last minute thing that we did today. So my mom gave me a ride, thank God, because I still can't drive. Although the surgeon said I can drive. He said, as long as you have one hand and you are not on your pain meds, you are clear to drive, which I was done with my pain meds almost 2 weeks ago. So, because they only gave me a week's worth, and maybe I have a high pain tolerance or something. I only needed them for 3 days, I think. So yeah. But the physical therapist, she said, the one I saw today that made my splint and showed me the exercises I need to do. She told me, because he also said I could shower to just not soak it. Obviously, I got to take this sock and splint off, but the physical therapist recommended I don't, which I think I can go by what the surgeon said. I agree with her on the showering thing and the driving thing. Since it's my right hand, I would have to put it in gear. Definitely couldn't drive a stick shift right now, or my dirt bike, which really bums me out because that's my throttle. This is my throttle hand. Yeah. And my front brake, although I still have my back brake. Clutch, yeah, whatever. Can't ride a dirt bike. Driving, I kind of understand. I think with the circumstances, I mean, my wife can drive. She doesn't like the snow. If I need to, I think I'd feel comfortable doing it. Which actually a little bit ago, I had to move our car up. We have like a parking spot on the property. It's not on the road anyways. I moved it up. So it's, usually the key's on this side. So it's like I had to like kind of, and then like bring my hand back down under. And then like, luckily we have like one of those big like laser cut keys. So I could just like grab it like this and turn it. And then getting it in gear, I just kind of had to like lift up and, and I only had to move it up like 5 feet. But I mean, I felt fine and I think I'd be okay. I have a notebook in this basket down here and it says, I'm just wondering what this chord progression was. It's flat, minor 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. Wish I could play that right now because I want to know what that sounds like. I wrote it down because I must have played it or something and liked it and wrote it down so I don't forget it. But yeah, so I think that's all for this vlog. Again, if you guys didn't catch it yesterday, I don't think I explained it well, so I'm just gonna do another soft mention of this. I started a new channel called So Much Moose. I'm uploading all my vlogs to there, and then once they're all up on that channel, it's probably gonna take me like a month or so. I'm gonna start daily vlogging on that channel and not on here. When I'm going to move over and not vlog on this channel anymore, I will let you know, because I know a lot of you have been around for a while and you probably don't want to see these other vlogs or get notifications as I upload them. But I'm letting you know too, if you want to go down memory lane, because I'm doing like the old vlogs too before I was doing the dailies from like 2019 to whenever I stopped, 2020 or something. I was doing like 2-3 a month maybe. But yeah, if you want to go down memory lane, go ahead and subscribe to So Much Moose. That's where I'm going to have my vlogs and my extra content. If you don't, I totally get it. Some of it kind of seems like it doesn't make sense because it was from like 2019, like pre-COVID, so I'm like talking about things like whatever, the one I uploaded today was when it was kind of weird. My title, it was like legal issues. And I was like, why did I title it that way? What was I talking about? I found, don't kill me, found a music marketing course online. Thought it was pretty legit. Turned out to be pretty scam. Um, dude, yeah, I'd said that because I made a vlog and I showed it to someone before I uploaded. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was I can't remember who it was. I've had like friends and friends of friends that were like lawyers and stuff, but never like an actual friend that was a lawyer. And I can't remember who it was. Anyways, I was showing it to him, and he was like, absolutely do not post this. And I was like, why not? He's like, you cannot say this dude's name. You cannot call him out like this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, you have to be kidding me. So I had to edit a lot of it out. But I uploaded that day. I totally forgot about it. And I was just like, oh, shoot. That was so long ago. But, live and learn. But anyways, it's been kind of crazy just to like watch these. I'll download them while I'm waiting for them to download. I'll kind of watch it just so I can like make sure the title makes sense and stuff, you know. Especially since it's hard because like I'm uploading to YouTube now, and these are, you know, 6 or so years old. But to YouTube, it's new video, so I want it to like make sense, but also kind of like these are old, you know. But then also it's like I have just those original vlogs. I have like 30 or so of them, and then the daily vlogs. This is, I believe, 61. So you know that's almost 100 vlogs that I'll be putting over to the other channel. If I can bring people in, you know, but I'm not trying to like mislead anybody. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just like vlogging, but you know, like I don't want to be like how to market your music, and I'm talking about how I did it in 2019 pre-COVID, and it's like TikTok wasn't even a thing then. I mean, it was, but barely, and you know, just stuff like that. So I don't want to be misleading. But yeah, that's all I got. Appreciate the support. Again, if you guys do want to see the picture when my bandage was off, shoot me a text or a message. I will send it to you. And again, it is gnarly. So if you don't do well looking at that stuff, don't ask for it. So thanks for the support, guys. All the links in the bio. Oh, bam! My Amazon affiliate links, it's working. I got $3 the other day. This is how it works. So if you guys use Amazon and you use my Amazon affiliate link and you click on it, it takes you to Amazon. Sometimes you have to click the extra button on the top of the browser or something to take you to the app if you use the app. But make sure your cart is empty first. So make sure your cart is empty. Close the app. Come to my video, use my affiliate link, and then do your Amazon shopping. And it doesn't cost you extra. I just get commission for like referring you. But it worked the other day. So someone was saying that they used it. I'm sorry, I don't remember who, but it worked. I can't remember what day it was from. But I got $3 and some change. So every little bit helps right now because I have no idea what's going to happen. I was on a roll with the Christmas EP and I was ready for the originals. So, yeah. But yeah, all the links are in the bio. And, man, that's it. Thanks for the support, guys. I will see you tomorrow.